welcome to the channel. Where is your life heading? That's what we're seeing in this video. Where is your life heading? In case some of you have been confused on where your life is going, maybe there's a lot you don't see, maybe there's a lot you're curious about when it comes to life, how it's turning out and all of that. I saw this as one of the requests, and I thought this would be a very helpful reading. I do like the gossipy readings and stuff like that, but you know, I want to switch it up. If I feel like I do some negative ones, I want to make sure I do some positive ones. Kind of just have that balance here. So we have 3 piles for you to choose from. You can choose more than one because maybe it's not exactly determined where your life is heading. Maybe there's a couple different paths, right? So you can definitely be drawn to more than one. Pile 1 is Himalayan pink salt, black pepper, and garlic. Pile 2 is lemon pepper. Pile 3, Mediterranean herb and salt. Take your time picking. Also, keep in mind this is collective for a lot of people. So some may resonate with you and some may not. If it doesn't resonate with you, it's for someone else. If you do want something more personal, information to book is down in the description box. You can email me, hit me up on Instagram or Facebook. I don't use Instagram too much, but Facebook, yes. If I'm not posting here, I might be posting on Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok. Probably mostly TikTok. Watch out for fake people of me on TikTok, though. I won't reach out to you first, ever. Those are scammers. What was I saying? Make sure you guys subscribe. Turn on that notification bell so you don't miss when I'm posting or when I'm live doing mini readings. I will help you guys pick. Let me see. Hey, Crystal. Hey, Opria. Hey, Mystic. Opria. 1. Hey, Danielle. 3. Hey, Simona. Gwen. I love it. I think you're 2, Gwen. Simona. I think 2 feels stronger, but definitely watch both because like I was saying in the beginning of the video, for drawn between more than one pile, it's because maybe there's several paths that aren't completely like set in stone yet, you know? So could depend on your decisions, your free will. Mystic. 2. Maybe 3. A breath of fresh air. I love that. Okay, so I want to go ahead and start because I don't have super long today. I got a lot to do. So, you know, more people might come in, but I'm not going to be able to wait to help them pick piles, unfortunately. So pile 1, where's your life heading? What direction, or just maybe the end result? Getting a charm. Okay. You guys see that? Let me zoom in so you can see. Looks like a leaf, right? What else do we have? Where's my dog? She went outside, didn't she? The first thing I can tell about this pile is slow and steady wins the race. Okay, there's a turtle here. Some of you might be late bloomers. That can mean a couple different things. Some of you are wanting children. You may not have children until later on in life, maybe mid-30s, or grandchildren until you're, older. If that's not the case, it could be talking about finding your career path, buying a house. These things could be a little bit later in life for you. But it's because you're learning wisdom. You're learning a lot of lessons and having a lot of wisdom in that. So slow and steady wins the race. And that could be with whatever success you're wanting. Maybe you're going to go to school for a long time and it's easier for you to not rush classes. Sometimes you could take classes faster to finish faster. That may not work for this pile. Slow and steady really wins the race for you. Those of you growing a business, you'll get that success. Those of you growing followers or your content creators or musicians, you're going to get that. But later on in life, whatever it is, could be different for everybody, right? The reason is if you get this success too fast, you won't learn the lessons that you came here to learn. So there's a reason for it, obviously. So yeah, you will flourish, you will get what you want, but later on, not at the timing you want. That leaf is making me think of that saying, the apple don't fall far from the tree. But it's a leaf. It's making me think of like a different color leaf than all the other leaves. So that could be another reason why you get success a little later, is because you're healing a lot of the DNA, a lot of the RNA, a lot of the trauma in your family. That's why it's taking longer as well. Turning a new leaf, that's a good way to put it. So basically, you're the one healing the DNA, upgrading it. You're the one going to therapy. You're the one doing the energy work. You're the one changing your mindset, You could even be the one changing the diet of the family. I don't know why I heard that. It's like, yeah, that's what I just heard. If you grew up with your family eating a certain way, It's like all of them did this, and like you're the one kind of eating differently than them, and you're going to see different results than them. Okay, so where's your life heading? Let's zoom out so you can see again. You guys already saw the charms. Okay. Where's pile one's life heading? It's looking like most likely your life is heading to a direction where you're going to be some type of entrepreneur, some type of business owner. You're going to be very mature. Not a childish type of person that you're turning into. And you're going to introduce new ways of doing business. That's where you're heading. New, fresh ways of doing things in the career life that no one has experienced. Think of like people that have invented things, and then someone comes in and makes it better. You introduce like that fresh invention. You tweak something and you make it better. That's kind of what this feels like. That can be talked about literally, like maybe some of you are going to be inventors. But you could be inventing ideas, inventing new ways of thinking, new ways of healing, right? Into the world, into your career life. You know how they have like those sayings, like the father of anatomy, the mother of this, the father of that. You're going to be like the father or the mother of something. That's what this feels like. You know how they have mother of pop, queen of pop. I'm just giving you examples. It's like that. You're like the queen, the king, the mother, the father of something. A new genre, a new way of thinking, an inventor of something. I'm giving you the idea. It could be a little different for different people in this pile. So one thing I could tell you, pile one, is there's no need for you to rush. You may want to rush because people are around you. Maybe have a house before you. Maybe have a family before you. Maybe have this and that before you. But going slow is your best friend, because yeah, it might take you a while to get to where you want, but you're going to surpass a lot of people. They may have gotten a house before you, but you're the one that's going to have the bigger house paid off when you're older. So sometimes going slower and being behind is actually getting you above later on. Okay, so you need to hear that. I want to pull just one more card to really tie in here. You are going to have a house. You're going to be a homeowner. You are going to be married as well, if you're not already. If you're not already homeowner, you're going to be, like, you're going to get these things you're wanting, okay? But it's after you learn a lot about yourself. It's after you develop certain skills. Something that I'm being told to tell you, Pile 1, is that a lot of people who became millionaires lived with their parents for a really long time while their friends were moving out on their own because society says you're a loser if you live with your parents. Millionaires decided to stay home, save that money, invest into their creations or whatever, and they ended up becoming millionaires because of them not caring what society thinks. Obviously, that could just be a metaphor for some of you and not literal. But still, the whole point of what this is telling you is, like, take your time. You will figure things out later on in life and surpass a lot of people, okay? That's where your life is heading. So it's okay to take your time, learn the wisdom, do the healing. A lot of people, they get the things that they want early, but then they miss out on a lot of other things. That's not going to be the case for you. Some people get married young and then they end up divorced. Like, you see what I'm saying? So it's like, it's a good thing that you're taking your time. And also, you're really learning patience. You're going to be a very patient, mature, hardworking, detail-oriented person, which you may not be that now, right? But that's what you're developing into. And you're going to be someone that ages really well. Okay? So I guess that's what wanted to come out. This was my entrepreneur, inventor type pile. $1 million idea, people. All right, let's go to pile 2. Those of you that chose the lemon pepper, we'll see, where's your life heading? If you continue on this path, hey, maybe not all this reading's going to be what you want to hear. I don't know. Got a little seahorse. One thing that I can already see is that your life purpose, like what you think your purpose is going to change a lot throughout your life. You may change career paths a lot. You may change locations of where you live a lot. Could be either one, could be both. It feels like a lot of, like, fate changing a lot. Your mindset changing a lot, fate changing a lot, the way you present yourself changing. It feels like a lot of that going on. Like, having a lot of new identities throughout your life. Can't figure out what this charm is. Ooh, I dropped it. Yeah, I actually can't tell what that charm is supposed to be. And then we have that seahorse here too. Okay, so let's get some tarot. Where's your life heading? One thing I can tell you is do not take so much advice from your family. You don't want to be like them. Mostly you don't want to be like your family. Maybe there's one or two people in your family that you could look up to, right? But I think most of people in your family that are telling you, oh, you should do this, you should do that, they're steering you down the wrong path. That could be part of the reason why your fate changes so much. But this feels like the current energy. It feels like family could be holding you back in some way. So be careful of deceptive family members. And some of them aren't self-aware enough to know that they're deceptive. And some of them, they're not purposely trying to be deceptive. They just have their own limiting beliefs they're projecting onto you. Okay? So, where's your life heading? You may have chose two different piles, to be honest, or could have been drawn between two different piles. Because this may be the one where if you follow kind of what your family has done or follow what your family has said, there will be no change. You'll be continuing basically generational curses. Disharmony, maybe you'll be in an unhappy marriage or unhappy relationship. Or could be unhappy career where you feel like you're not being yourself. You feel like there's a misalignment, like you're not able to be your true self because of this relationship you're stuck in, or because of this career you're stuck in, or even both. Because your family's telling you, no, you should work it out with this person. Or your family's telling you, you should do this for a career. I feel like you get a lot of judgment from family. Like, even if you try to dress the way you want to dress, do your hair the way you want, it's like they judge you or they talk about you behind your back. So some of you feel peer pressured into doing and becoming who they want you to be. Tired of being what you want me to be. Feeling so faithless, lost under the surface. Controlling. Maybe you have a controlling parent or family member that is just like controlling you. But it's also like because of that, and it's feeling like the wounds are harder to heal because they keep re-traumatizing you after you heal the wounds. It feels like you could end up dating people or being in long-term relationships with people like your parents or family members that are toxic. Or having friends that remind you of your parents too. That might be harder to realize than the partner. Partner, we can kind of realize, okay, my parents did this. But sometimes we don't realize our friends are triggering us to what our parents have done too. And this is going to make you feel very defensive, always taking things personal, angry. Some of you might, hate to say it, but you might not love where your life ends up, or the way you even look, the way your body looks. Because, you know, when we're not living our life of who we're supposed to be, we do put on weight. A lot of people don't know that. Or when we don't feel safe, we put on weight too. So I hate to say it, y'all, but I think a lot of you were drawn between another pile, because there's two paths you can choose, which will change the fate, which is why I kept saying that it feels like your fate is changing a lot, or it could change. However, some of you may do this for a little bit, and then you change your fate completely, which is where things could completely change, right? But that might be what's in the next pile. I don't know. Or some of you may never, right, wake up to who you are. Why do you drink? Why do you blow smoke? It's a family tradition. Yeah, continuing on the generational curses. So you see your parents drink or smoke or do this or do that, and you're picking up those toxic traits, or your family member, right? Family members. So, but if you go against the grain, I think that's what's in the next pile, or the other pile for you that you were drawn to, okay? But if you don't come out of it, you're going to be unhappy with your life. So, I mean, it's pretty clear what's going on here. And honestly, when I look at that mermaid, now I can tell that she's turned away. That's her back. Which makes me feel like you're scared to show your true face, your true personality, your true self. You're hiding yourself. You're dimming your own light. Your past is heavily affecting you because, like I said, when you heal the past, you get re-traumatized. You're getting triggered a lot. Yeah, it's interesting because it really does feel like family. And some of you might be family oriented and you just really want to love your family. And you can, but you got to know which members to stay more distant from. And it might be your parents for some of you, or your siblings. I mean, it'll be different for everybody. This is very generalized, but yeah, okay. But at least we told you so you can point it out and change it. Wow. Okay, so let's go to the last pile, pile 3. Where's pile 3's life heading? We got the peace sign. We got a dragonfly. We got a key. So your life is heading to a very peaceful place for pile 3. A lot of change will happen from where you are now to where you're going to end up, because the dragonfly represents transformation. Your heart is healing, your health, healing. It's like something could change where you take your health more serious and you become very healthy, extremely long life. You do have a home. You may retire at a good, decent age, and you're going to be healthy retired. Okay, so you're not going to be like one of those retired people that can barely like move around. That's not going to be you. You're going to be the type of elderly person that can like still do yoga and do things and enjoy life. It'll honestly be like a young spirit when you're old. You have a very young spirit, and you'll be very like mobile, flexible, all of that. So where's your life heading? Look at that. This feels like spiritually, you're very fortunate. You're happy. You know who you are. You believe in higher powers. It looks like you're going to be the type of person to save a lot, which could make you retire early if you continue what you're doing, or if you continue the plan that you made for yourself. You may be able to retire early, you know. It's almost like you could be sacrificing a lot now to really have a good life later on. Let's see. Ooh, you could have some people jealous of you, though. Let's see. You're also becoming someone who's unbothered by other people's insecurities, projections, jealousy, just nasty negative traits. You're becoming someone very unbothered by that. You're also your life's heading in the direction where your mindset does not compare yourself to others. People that look better than you, doing better than you. You don't do that. You're not competitive. You're self-assured and comfortable with who you are. So that might not be who you are completely yet, right? But this is where your life's heading. What else? Where's your life heading? High morals, lots of money. You're going to have lots of money because you're someone who listens to your intuition. You trust yourself. You believe in yourself. You have high morals who you allow into your energy. And even what you allow into your thoughts, right? So some type of passion is going to get you a lot of money. It could be something that involves spirituality. So it could be doing what I'm doing, but it could also be even music is a spiritual thing. Anything could really be spiritual, technically, right? We can make anything spiritual. So let's not even limit it, honestly, but you're on your purpose. Something with your passion is tied to your purpose, pile 3. If you do what you love, that's your purpose. And even if it doesn't make you money right away, or even for a long time, make sure you always do it on the side while you work a job that does make you money, right? Make sure you do your passion on the side then, which I feel like a lot of you are going to do, but the passion's going to be different for all of you, but this is long-term success. This is enough to be able to take care of your family, of your friends. I'm seeing you have a loyal pet. You may always be someone that's close with some type of pet or an animal. Where's your life heading? You may also be a very generous person because you have so much money. You may also be giving away a lot of money. You may be very generous with your time, with your money. But you went against the grain. You didn't do what everybody else was doing. You believed in yourself even when nobody else believed in you. And you became something. Think of the lady that wrote Harry Potter. She got turned down like 14 times. She still believed in herself blindly, even when all those people did not. Now look what she became. This is another card representing passion. As long as you follow your passion on the side, whatever it is, you're going to be extremely successful in life. Is there anything else that wants to come out? Something Spirit is saying, though, is you need to, something to help you right now is to schedule timing. This day, you're going to do this. This time, you're going to take the time to do this. And you need to stick to it. Like a schedule, you know? Because if that's not organized, you're not going to have time for a passion, or you're going to get burnt out or something. Yeah, you're going to have a lot of money, guys. You're going to have a lot of money. Some of you may do really well on the internet, or you expose a passion of some sort on the internet, and you're doing that on the side for many years, and then one day it takes off. Really takes off. Where's your life heading? Yeah, you're stable. Very stable. I can't tell if you guys are married or not. Where's your life heading? You guys may travel a lot as well. You guys may choose like your passion and stuff over love. Yeah, you may choose not to have a partner, some of you. But those of you that do choose a partner, they're going to be very supportive of what you do with your passions and career. So it could go either way, you know. Some of you in this pile, very few, you may choose to marry for money. And that's why the love isn't showing up super strong. Really good, genuine friends in your circle. Small circle, though. You may have a lot of acquaintances, though. So, yeah, okay. Some of you may even choose to, like, not own a home. Some of you may. But some of you may choose to just kind of travel or be one of those people that live in an RV or a van or something. So, yeah, everybody's is kind of going to be different. Come here, Sassy. Come on. So I would say it kind of depends. What do you want your love life? That's what you'll get. Some of you don't want a lover, then you won't get one. If you do want a lover, then you'll get one. A supportive one. So kind of depends on what you guys are wanting. But And some of you, like I said, may choose to be married to money, or marry someone to money. So a lot of different ways this could go, very generalized, as I said, but yeah, whatever you're wanting. So this is like dream come true pile. So thanks for watching, everybody. I'll catch you next time.